Ken Paxton is the Attorney General from the state of Texas. He joins us now. So potential illegal activity, what exactly are you alleging?
Yeah, so I can't even believe we're talking about this. I mean, just the stories you've already told tonight are amazing. But we want to know whether they are actually performing these surgeries, this puberty blockers, or anything that we think might be in violation of state law. So this is merely an investigation. We've asked questions. They have answers due by May 30th. And we want to know what their policies are. We want to know what their experience is. And as you've just said, they've denied it. I hope that's true. And I hope that no hospital in Texas is performing surgeries on young children.
Oh, I hope not either. It's unbelievable to think about, Mr. Attorney General. But when you look at this, Texas state law does not ban gender-affirming care. That's what they call it. It's a euphemism. They don't ban it for children in your state. But you're alleging in a memo released in February of last year that child abuse laws might apply when it comes to minors here. How is that so?
Yeah, so we think we've done the research, and we think that we have child abuse laws that do apply to this, and I don't think it's a far stretch to say that if you're making a decision for a child about their reproductive life going forward and something that they cannot undo, whether it's through chemical or through surgery, that under state law, I think, is child abuse, and we certainly put the cases in there to back it up.
Yeah, you do. In fact, you cite the science. I heard all about the science all during the COVID-19 pandemic from guys like Dr. Fauci, who hailed the science during my time in the administration. But what I find interesting is you cite the science. So here's what you cite. Society for Science-Based Gender Dysphoria. What they find is that if a child has a gender issue, 61 to 98% of the time it resolves by puberty. Not only that, you point out that the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services under the Obama administration declined to provide coverage for gender treatment of this nature. So when did the science change? I'd love to know.
That's a good question that I wish I knew the answer to, but they clearly don't talk about the science most of the time. They talk about how the child feels. But look, I've had 4 children. They're all adults in their 20s now, and they changed their mind. They changed their mind on all kinds of issues. And the last thing I would have wanted to do as a parent is make a permanent decision about something so important to their futures.
Yeah. Are you amazed, final question for you, that you have places like the Associated Press talking about this as involving the rights of transgender people rather than talking about this as children, which is the purview in which we're looking at this?
I guess I'm not surprised because it seems like they try to slant the issue away from what the reality is. The reality is we're talking about children. We're talking about children that are not mature and that are having decisions made by the state, sounds like in other places, or by parents. And it shouldn't be.
Well, we hope you get to the bottom of it. Attorney General Ken Paxton, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.